Global Search Accounts Payable enables users to process invoices securely and efficiently while following compliance requirements. In this demonstration, I am going to show you an example of an automated accounts payable invoice approval process. In this scenario, the client was looking for an efficient method to verify vendor invoices using a three-way match with a corresponding purchase order number on the purchase order and packing slip documents. The client was also looking for a method to store these records securely and electronically. The client's existing method was paper-based. The process to get an invoice approved relied on the availability of specific people and skill sets. When compiling documents to make a three-way match, missing paper documents would need to be located, recovered from the provider, or new documents recreated. Long processing times to gather the required information to assure only valid and accurate invoices are approved can result in delayed payments or additional fees. This prevented the client from taking early payment discounts. The paper documents are passed along to multiple departments during the verification and approval process, resulting in a lack of security and an audit trail which does not meet compliance requirements. The existing paper-based process involved these steps. An order is placed, and the purchase order is printed and stored in a paper folder for future reference. When goods are received, the packing slip is delivered to the accounting department and stored in the paper folder with the POs. Once goods are delivered, the vendor issues an invoice to accounts payable, and it is printed, then added to the paper folder with the other documents. When the accounting clerk is ready to verify vendor invoices, the clerk will follow the three-way match method. The clerk will pick an invoice and check for duplicates to ensure an invoice has not already been paid. Then looks through the POs and packing slips to find corresponding documents. If matching documents are not found, the clerk would need to set the invoice aside and locate or request for the missing PO or packing slip. When an invoice has a matching PO and packing slip, the invoice and associated documents can be sent for approval to the appropriate department or approver. When the invoice has been approved for payment, the documents are handed back to the accounting department, where the clerk can process the invoice for payment and enter the data into the ERP system. The documents are then stored in a filing cabinet for future reference. The manual way is common practice in many organizations, and it's time-consuming. That's why we'll show you an automated accounts payable approval process. With the automation process, it can be configured to capture and index all accounting documents, as well as use the metadata associated to these documents to automate the invoice approval. When a purchase order, packing slip, and invoice match, the invoice is automatically approved, and a notification is sent to accounting for payment. Let's show you the automation in action. The Global Search client is browser-based and can be accessed from mobile devices, Windows OS, and Mac OS. The supported browsers are Google Chrome, Firefox, Microsoft Edge, and Safari. In Global Search, the Purchase Order tab is currently showing 4 documents. The capture workflow will automatically retrieve the PO from the folder and process it using optical character recognition, or OCR technology. The vendor name, PO number, PO date, and total amount will be extracted from the text found in the document. Once the image is processed, it is stored in Global Search. The Purchase Order tab now contains 5 documents, and a new PO appears in the document list. The PO is stored in the archive and indexed. When the purchased goods are received, the packing slip is scanned using a multifunctional device, also known as an MFD, or a scanner. The capture engine monitors for new documents coming from the MFD and retrieves it for processing. In Global Search, the Packing Slip tab is currently showing 3 documents. In the background, the capture engine is processing the packing slip. The capture workflow will automatically retrieve the packing slip from the folder and process it to extract the vendor name, PO number, and date from the document. Once the image is processed, it is stored in Global Search. The Packing Slip tab now contains 4 documents, and a new packing slip appears in the document list with the index data. The vendor has delivered the goods, and an invoice is sent to a designated email address used to receive vendor invoices for the accounting department. In the Global Search document list, the Invoice tab is currently showing 2 documents. In the background, the capture engine is processing the invoice. The capture engine monitors the dedicated email address for new invoices received and retrieves it from the mailbox. The email attachment with the name invoice.pdf is detached from the message and processed by the automated capture workflow. The vendor name, PO number, PO date, and total amount are extracted and used to classify and index the invoice. The invoice is processed and added to the archive. The Invoice tab is updated to 3 documents, and a new invoice appears in the document list. The index fields are automatically populated based on the information found on the invoice. You'll notice some of the index fields have automatically changed. Workflow status is updated to processing invoice. And now approval status has been updated to approved. Workflow status updated to pending AP data entry. Looks like the workflow automation has found a 3-way match. Let's double-click to open the invoice in the built-in viewer. Related documents can be viewed using the built-in search titled Display Supporting Documents. Any documents tagged with the matching PO number will be listed. In this case, you can see the invoice, packing slip, and purchase order are present, ready to be reviewed by the accounting clerk. You'll notice the workflow status indicates pending AP data entry. The clerk can open the document to review and verify the index data. Annotations are available by clicking the annotation button in the toolbar. Here are some examples. Approved stamp, which can be customized to show the logged in username and date and time of the annotation. And document highlight. The document is saved with the annotations. The clerk enters the relevant data into the ERP system. The clerk can now click the button entered into the accounting system, and the document is closed. In the upper left corner, under the Queues section, click Search All Documents to display the documents list in a tab view. The first tab is the Invoices view. Listed here are all the invoices in their current state. The invoice we just processed appears in the list, and the status fields have now been updated. Approval status is now showing complete, and workflow status is now data export complete. In this demonstration, we have shown an automated approval process. These configurations can be adjusted upon further discussion with our solutions consultants. With automated records matching, automated approvals, and document search and retrieval, accounting can now drive efficiency and improve security in their department by streamlining repetitive business processes. The package demonstrated also includes options for 1 or 2 level approval processing, duplicate invoice detection, and email notifications with links to documents which require approvals or escalations. Please don't hesitate to let us know if you would like more information or have any questions.